The rent was due. The fridge was empty. And yet Kareem drew 12 boxes in a red notebook. What if I told you those boxes would turn into $10 million? Without luck, without a lottery. Just a plan, executed like a metronome under pressure. 12 moves to liquidity. Box by box, he mapped a ladder from zero to abundance. Skills, offer, distribution, systems, software, capital, and a keystone deal. He wasn't chasing riches. He was building a machine to print certainty in an uncertain world. A mother's medication, a father's old debts, and a bank account blinking near zero. Kareem was 27, invisible, armed with curiosity and a willingness to be embarrassed on the way up. Failure would cost pride. Success could buy time, safety, and choice. He studied how fortunes actually form, not wins by chance, but compounding small edges. No hype coins, no shiny gambles. He chose leverage he could control: knowledge, code, media, and process. Then set a brutal 30-day sprint to earn his first honest dollar on demand. Audit reality. Kareem listed market pains he could relieve within weeks, not years. Customer acquisition, conversion, retention. He married two skills: performance marketing and analytics, aiming at slices of revenue where clients would pay in proportion to outcomes. A 30-day skill sprint. Every morning, case studies. Afternoons, recreating campaigns. Nights, building a tiny library of proof. He tracked time, measured lift, and posted learnings publicly, inviting critique. Embarrassment became tuition. Momentum, a dividend.
He walked shop to shop, offering a simple pact: no retainers, pay a slice of new sales. A hair salon said yes. Weekend ads, tight geofence, phone rang off the hook by Sunday. Not luck, fit. He noted every variable and stored the playbook. Productize. He named the offer booked solid in 21 days. Clear scope, fixed price, performance bonus, refund if missed. Onboarding doc, data checklist, a calendar link. Predictability replaced pleading. He wasn't freelancing. He was operating a line. Distribution. Daily threads, short videos, and targeted emails seeded proof into tiny corners of the internet. If this plan already sparks a fire, press like, subscribe, and share, because the next pivot is leverage, and you'll want front row seats when pressure tests it. Systems. A shared drive of SOPs, checklists for ads, scripts for calls, a CRM tagging every lead. Weekly reviews turned chaos into trend lines. When in doubt, he asked, what breaks at 10 clients? Then he fixed it before it fractured. Dental clinics. Predictable lifetime value, measurable outcomes, owners who love numbers. He reframed himself from ad guy to pipeline partner. Appointments, reminders, no-shows reduced. The service began to feel like software wearing human clothes. 4 clients became 9. He recruited remote creatives, trained them on his library, and let process do the heavy lifting. Kareem stopped saying yes to everything. He learned to say, that's not our play. Focus, fiercely applied, grew like compound interest. Cash discipline guarded the march. 50% operating, 30% reinvestment, 20% retained. He set aside taxes, paid himself modestly, and built a runway. Profit wasn't a mood, it was a schedule. Experiment lines were small, fast, and cut mercilessly if weak. Ship a tool. He prototyped a low-code app, auto-confirmations, retargeting, and simple analytics, wrapped around his service. Not a dream platform, just the minimum spine. Clients tested it, churn dipped. Sweat turned into software equity. He financed growth without diluting control. Revenue-based funding. A lender advanced cash against future receipts. No board seats, clear payback cap. He accelerated development, bought reliability, backups, monitoring, and kept decision speed ungoverned by strangers' moods. Reality shoved back. An ad platform ban landed at midnight. A junior designer quit after a hard week. A database hiccup garbled reminders. Kareem breathed, split risk across platforms, built redundancy, rewrote onboarding. Pressure forged posture, not panic. He turned outward, building trust at scale. Live demos with real dashboards, unedited Q&A, clear limits stated plainly. Here's where this breaks. Here's how we fix it. People followed because nothing sells like candor measured in numbers and delivered on time. Referral bonuses for clinics, cold outreach sequenced with case studies, win-back plays for churned accounts. Retention climbed above 90%. He documented loss reasons ruthlessly. Each exit funded a fix that closed the door behind it. Trademark locked, data handling audited, medical privacy respected. Integrations deepened into scheduling, payments, and reporting. Moat by moat, the offer hardened into infrastructure. Painful to rip out, rewarding to expand. $80,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Kareem bought his mother a sunlit apartment, then walked its empty rooms in silence. Promise kept. Yet the notebook still had unchecked boxes. Comfort was a trap. The mission was independence, with a margin for bad weather. Free zone entity, multi-currency accounts, clear taxation, and invoices that worked across borders. Volatility got hedged, suppliers paid on time, and clients felt the smoothness of a company that behaved larger than its headcount. A small logistics warehouse leased to e-commerce sellers. Utilitarian, boring, reliable. While software scaled margins, concrete steadied nerves. Wealth stopped feeling like a sprint. It became a portfolio of rhythms. Competition arrived with cheaper clones. Kareem refused to race to the bottom. He split the offer. Core software, outcome-based service, and a private community exchanging benchmarks. Price anchored to results. Clients paid more because risk moved off their shoulders. A regional chain of clinics with brutal requirements. Uptime, security, and relentless reporting. Boardroom air was cold and precise. Can you guarantee outcomes across 80 locations? Kareem inhaled. We can guarantee the system that gets you there. 90 days of war room execution. Parallel deployments, encrypted backups, shadow databases, and a 3-layer support desk. A near failure at 2 a.m., a time zone bug, patched minutes before morning traffic. Systems held. Reality blinked first. Launch day arrived with dashboards like rising tides. Appointments surged. Revenue traced a steep line, and cancellations fell. In the hush of a loaded silence, signatures landed. Multi-year agreement. They asked for one more thing, a prepayment to lock price. 8 figures across staggered tranches, implementation fees, outcome bonuses, advance for exclusivity. Years of quiet mornings crystallized in a single bank ping. Kareem didn't cheer. He stared at the notebook and drew a final box. Give more than you take. Celebration roared. He slipped outside to the edge of night. The sea breathed, and for the first time he asked if the climb had cost pieces he couldn't invoice. Sleep, birthdays, soft afternoons. Wealth can amplify. It cannot rewind. He promised to budget wonder, too. Value delivered times leverage applied, steered by judgment, extended by focus, compounded by time. This was not a trick. It was a cadence. Anyone can copy steps. Few endure the metronome long enough to hear compounding sing. No manipulation, no unpaid overtime traps, taxes squared. Clients told the truth even when it hurt. A scholarship fund for gritty operators. Open-sourced templates for the first rung. Abundance without extraction. Profit rated with dignity. If this journey sharpened your own, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Not for vanity, but so the next chapter lands on your desk when it matters. Save this, replay the 12 moves, and choose one to ship this week. Velocity beats perfection. Begin before ready. Months later, the red notebook sat in a library box. A young stranger opened it, tracing every mark with careful eyes. Plans are ladders left leaning against high walls. Someone else will climb. The question floats to you now. What will your first box say?